Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday, and welcome to Stephen and Mal's Super Huge Mega Ultra Day. I'm calling it that just because there's so much happening today. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of things that are occurring that are special just today. First things first, this. This is the Hype Train shirt. This was designed by NK Designs, who also did the Seattle Mud Crabs shirt, if you remember that from just last year. Artist Series is back, and this is the shirt that you'll be able to pick up in the months of May and June. As well, there is a mug. I really like the mug design. Like, it's got the design on it, but then also it says hype all over it, which is super cool. And there's a sticker, which I've got on the refrigerator here next to the other ones. So that's the design. It's super cool. NK did a fantastic job. They did a great job with the Seattle Mud Crabs as well, but also a super good job with this one. So check that out. You can get that at stevenshop.com until the end of June. Other things that are happening today. Today is actually the 6-month mark from when Mao had her endometriosis surgery, which means that as of today, Mao is healed.
Fully healed.
Fully healed. Back whenever you had your surgery, they said to wait 6 months.
Yep.
Before you knew, like, for sure what life would be like.
Yeah.
So how is life?
Great.
Good.
I haven't had to take Tylenol for anything other than a headache since mid-December.
Incredible.
So.
Mao was taking
ibuprofen, right?
Yeah, Mao was taking ibuprofen every day of her life for years. So this is good news. The other thing is that Mao can now exercise to her full abilities. She doesn't have to hold back because she's healing. So she'll be able to start playing DDR again. And hopefully that'll inspire me to play as well. One of the reasons I haven't been playing is that I've been having those abdomen issues. But if it was out and Mao was playing, I'd probably at least play a little bit. So you'll probably see the return of some DDR stuff here in the next little bit because she can exercise, and that'll make me want to exercise. Speaking of my abdomen, I'm also getting my colonoscopy results today because they did some biopsies when they did the colonoscopy, and I have a follow-up with my doctor. In fact, I'll be leaving here as soon as I stop the camera to go talk to the doctor and hopefully finally learn what's going on with me, because this is the end of the tests. I did all the tests. I did the stool study, and I did the CAT scan, and I did the endoscopy, and I did the colonoscopy, and I did the blood work. Like, I've done everything. So this is it. Time to tell me what's going on, because I don't have anything left to test for. So I'm really curious what today's gonna be like. But yeah, again, all sorts of things happening today. But for now, we should probably get on our way to the doctor, and hopefully that goes well. That's a gastric ulcer. I mean, it's not a real one, because it's like a toy.
I mean, I think that's a plain one. The underneath is.
Oh. I mean, it's also not a toy. I don't think a child wants to play with that, but maybe they would. I did it. I did my doctor's appointment. I mean, I don't see the doctor anymore. In fact, I only ever saw the doctor once. The very first time I was here, I saw the doctor, and he's the one that did my endoscopy.
Yes.
And then every other time I've talked to someone or been here or had any procedure done, it's been someone else. Anyway, so here's the deal. First things first, I can't remember if I had passively mentioned that this could be Crohn's, but I might have. So just as a recap for that, when I had my CAT scan done, the CAT scan came back and said that there was maybe a possibility of Crohn's because I had some inflammation in the terminal ileum, which generally can indicate that it's Crohn's. However, when they did the colonoscopy, they had a visual of, actually seeing in there. And then also they took biopsies of multiple spots, and they said there is no chance of Crohn's, like you don't have Crohn's. To which I said, okay, so don't have Crohn's. And I was like, well, what is this? And she said that it seems likely as of this moment that I have IBS. And I'm like, well, I suspected that. Like, I've known for, basically my whole life that my bowels were screwed up. And my mom has IBS too. She said one of the things that the colonoscopy helped us do is make sure it wasn't IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, which Crohn's is one of. So I don't have any sort of bowel disease, and like that's good. But I had been really hoping that it was like, oh, there's this thing wrong, we'll fix this thing, and that's it. And it sounds like increasingly that that's not it. So if this is IBS, the answer to the problem is like, be less stressed. Okay, diet can play a role, but my diet is not bad, and I don't go out of my way to eat a lot of like acidic things. I know that me even saying that, people will be like, you just ate the citric acid. Okay, yes, but that was for a bit, and that was for a gag, and that's not necessary. It's not every day of my life, obviously. So like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I asked her, I said, is this it? Like, have we done every test? And there is technically one more test. I can take a HIDA scan, which the purpose of the HIDA scan is just to rule out that there's anything wrong with your gallbladder. However, the CAT scan already does that to a great deal. The CAT scan didn't show that there was anything wrong. So like...
Well, that just shows that there's gallstones. There could still be dysfunction in the gallbladder of it not producing the bile it needs to, one way or the other. Yeah,
that is a possibility. So like there still could possibly maybe be something wrong with my gallbladder, and a HIDA scan would show that. But I asked her, it's like, in your professional opinion, is that something that I should order? And she's like, I don't really think so. So what we're going to be doing is, I'm still on pantoprazole and dicyclomine. I'm going to stop the dicyclomine immediately. I'm barely taking any dicyclomine anyway. I'm going to stop the dicyclomine immediately and be off of that. And then in a week, I'm going to stop taking the pantoprazole. Now, some of you, because more than one of you told me this in the comments, that the pantoprazole, if you stop it suddenly, if you come off of it very suddenly, that you can experience really bad symptoms. And some of you had speculated that on the times that I missed my pills and I was coming off of this medicine very suddenly, that the sudden influx of symptoms wasn't necessarily that, oh, these are the symptoms that you are actually living with. Some of you speculated that maybe it was because I had suddenly dropped the pills. We were looking online, and that was corroborated online. There's articles that talk about that and be like, hey, you should actually taper off pantoprazole. You shouldn't just drop it. You should taper off over a period of time. We brought that up, and she said that she had never heard of anyone ever having problems coming off of pantoprazole immediately, and that tapering off was not necessary, and that we could just stop it. So me and Mal kind of looked at each other, after we had mentioned that. We're like, okay, all right, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But the end goal here is to get me off of the medicine so I finally know what I feel like, because I don't know what I really feel like anymore.
You're supposed to pick up that medicine tomorrow from the pharmacy, and I plan to ask the pharmacist what their opinion is on coming off of that med too.
We'll see. Anyway, whatever. I'm very over all of this, but I can't be, because it's my body and it does the bad things. So, game plan. No more dicyclomine immediately, and then in a week, cold turkey, stop the pantoprazole and see how I feel.
And my guess is going to be bad.
My guess is going to be bad,
My guess is going to be, it's going to be 2 weeks off of it, and then you'll finally start feeling better and then you won't need it.
But the end goal at the end of all this is to be off the medicine, know how I feel, and know if I'm doing better. Because if this really is IBS, which it could be, if this really is IBS and I've just had a really wildly bad flare-up for months, which has never happened, but if that's true, then hopefully it's over. Hopefully I'm feeling better. I don't know. But being off of the medicine and being back to a state of normal is a good spot to be in. And you're not supposed to be on these medicines forever anyway, right? Like, these are things that...
I think you can be on the dicyclomine for a while, but I don't think you're supposed to be on a pantoprazole, omeprazole for a while.
I mean, obviously everyone's mileage may vary depending on what their circumstances are, but some folks may need to be on this medicine forever. But in a general sense, I don't believe that folks are supposed to be. So, like, I'm gonna be off of this. So I have a feeling that the dicyclamine is probably not doing anything. So I don't think I'm gonna feel any worse tomorrow. But I have a feeling I'm gonna feel like crap in a week. But we'll see. We'll see. And that's the update. And if I still feel like crap in a month when I have all the medicine out of my system, that is probably where we'll do the HIDA scan.
Yeah.
And just be like, hey, since this is the last possible thing that we can do with a gastroenterologist, let's do that. But I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out. All right. Are you ready to go home?
Yeah.
You seem down.
I'm mad.
I'm sorry. It's because you want me to be better.
I do.
And I'm not. Well, maybe I am better. Maybe once I get off the medicine, I'll be like, look at me, I'm good. We'll see. So it's a few hours later, and my day was even bigger than I remembered because I also had disc only tonight. It's the first Tuesday of the month. So, fun show. You can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts. But, there's a lot happened today. Now that it's been a few hours, I've had a chance to let all of the information I got at the doctor's today kind of sink in. And I don't know that I want to say that I've made peace with it, but I'm just ready for the next step. And currently, the next step is to get off the medicine and see how I feel. And then also try to be honest with myself, because sometimes when you're going through chronic pain, you establish a new normal, and then it's hard to admit to yourself that things are wrong. So I'm going to try to do all of those things. Get off of the medicine. Hopefully I'll feel all right. And then just be honest with myself about what's going on. And maybe at the end of this, I'll still wind up getting one of the HIDA scans. I don't know. But that's a future Steven problem. For now, there is a chance that everything that I'm experiencing and have experienced for months is related to IBS stress. And that would suck for me. I would really hate to hear that news of we ran every single test and all of your problems, the physical manifestation of your pain and your issues are all related to stress in your life. I would not love that, but at least I could. I mean, if I had to, I could live with that. I've been making changes in my life this year explicitly, and if I have to make more, then I'll make more, but we're not to that point yet. First, I gotta get off these meds. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Don't forget to pick up the Hype Train shirt if you're interested while it's available for May and June, and wish Mao a congratulations for making it all 6 months. 6 months ago, I was very concerned for her, and we were in Atlanta, and I was taking care of her the best I could, and it's amazing to see how much has changed in just half a year. So I'm excited for the rest of her life, I guess. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?